Okay, listen. I don't know how much like that. You gotta wake up. We're the second round into the game, into the VOD review, and you're literally walking on top of your dead teammate's body that just died in front of you. Like just I don't need to say any more, but bro, you gotta wake up. What is going on, you guys? 821 Mayo here, and in today's video, we're gonna be having ourselves another viewer VOD review video. Now, I quickly want to mention that this is the last VOD in the form, so right now, as you're watching this video, the VOD form will be open. I will close the VOD form once it reaches 10 submissions, so make sure that you guys have your VODs ready. Make sure you submit them, because if you want me to review your VOD, you need to be quick because there's a lot of other people that want their VODs reviewed. So if you guys are interested in that, the VOD form will be down below in the description. And if the VOD form is closed, then that means that there have been 10 VODs submitted. And if you truly want to get a VOD review fast and kind of skip the line, so to speak, I do offer coaching and VOD reviews on my Patreon. There's also a link to that down below in the description. So if you can't afford it, that's fine. You know, just wait until the VOD form is open and be ready for it. But with all of that being said, let's jump into the VOD itself.
There's two playing piano. Spawn peek, spawn peek, spawn peek, spawn peek, spawn peek. Spawn peek.
So
On ping.
if you see someone spawn peeking, stop saying spawn peek, spawn peek, spawn peek. Tell the people that you're playing with where they're spawn peeking, because especially on a map like Cafe or Consulate or the front of Clubhouse, or where there's like 40 different windows, someone's gonna have to look at every single window and check for those spawn peeks, when you can just tell them, hey, spawn peeking mini window, hey, spawn peeking, you know, if you guys have a specific call out like ticket window, like there's a lot of generic call outs for this window in specific because it spawn peaks so much. So be much more specific than just saying, hey, spawn peeking. Tell them where they're spawn peeking. That's very important. Before we carry on with the video, I quickly want to mention that 50% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you guys have not hit that sub button already, I would really appreciate it. It also helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I also want to mention that I can coach you. So if you guys want a private coaching session or a private VOD review session, there's a link to my Patreon down below in the description. And yes, I do coach console players. And lastly, I also want to mention that I have a second channel. What you can find here is exclusive content like private coaching sessions. You can also find tier lists and any other content that is from my Twitch live stream. A link to that is also in the description. So when you're going on rappel, and especially when there's no nomad or claymores or a teammate even holding the jump outs, if you're going to be rappelling on a window that is above other sets of windows, like on a map like this here, where you're directly above the mining window and red window and also bakery run out, where I believe that bandit just ran out a moment ago, or on a map like Consulate for, you know, connector window, bathroom windows as well. You have the antechamber, or sorry, not the antechamber, the benches window right below the bathroom window. Visa, I mean, there's a lot of different windows, right? So moral of the story here, and kind of the basic tip, is that go on upside down rappel, and if you don't know how to, or you know, you're not comfortable with it, practice, guys. I mean, the only way to get better at something is to practice it. Force yourself to do something, get outside of your comfort zone, learn how to go on upside down rappel, because it's not only a very strong mechanic, but also the reason I'm bringing this up here more specifically is because if someone does jump out below you, you're immediately ready for the gunfight, instead of having to kind of, you know, change rappel stance, go from regular rappel to upside down, find the angle, you know, find the person, and engage into the gunfight. By that point, they're already going to be shooting you. So make sure that you're as ready as you can be, and especially in a situation like this where, you know, using upside down rappel is super important. Someone right below you. You hear these guys?
Wait, where are
Yo, what the heck?
one was.
All right, so I want to break the situation down here that you're currently in with your teammates. So if we look at what's happening here to the round, you guys are in a 2v3. You have diffuser control. That's really good. You have a minute and 20 seconds left, and you're in a 2v5 rather. So in these situations, you know, a lot of people always ask me, you know, how do I learn how to play more aggressive? When do I learn how to play more aggressive? And when should I play more aggressive? And this is a situation where you should be trying to play aggressive. Look for a pick or two. You had two right below you. You had the bandit and the Ella. You should not be straying away trying to avoid those gunfights. You should be trying your hardest to win them, and you're not going to win every single gunfight, so still be smart, but understand that you need to do something for the benefit of the round, and you don't want to wait until it's too late when there's 25 seconds left and now you guys start looking for gunfights. You need to actively be looking for these 1v1s, fishing them out, So that way you can at least make the man count close to even, or you know, maybe even win the round. Who knows?
Dude, holy shit, he's holding pillar like a fucking goat.
That's not pillar, by the way. That's underneath skylight, more specifically called Shiko. But yeah, that you should be you know, aware of that angle. That's very, very common angle to be held under the skylight. That's why you really shouldn't be peeking it. Also on bar 2 as well. You need to be aware of these angles. You shouldn't be extending your positioning into the enemy. You should be making them extend their positioning into your angle, if that makes sense.
I'll hop off Zoth. I'll use it. I'll go Habana.
Also, I want to touch on these bans here, and more specifically this Jackal ban. So you guys ban Jackal. To all my players out there, to all my viewers, whatever, if you guys are still banning Jackal, you guys need to stop. I mean, you guys don't understand how influential one operator ban can truly be. And if you guys are just auto banning Jackal every single round, you're lost. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. You guys are lost, okay? You guys need to stop being so afraid of an operator just because he was, you know, maybe really strong, you know, later on. I mean, look at Lion, for example, right? He was super strong and then he got nerfed. The same thing with Jackal, but people are still banning him to this day. You guys are wasting a ban on an operator that isn't even close to deserving a ban. You guys need to wake up and understand how important these bans are and use them for something instead of just auto-clicking the exact same thing like a zombie every single game.
Did you get Wally? No, it's from... Oh no, that was Taxi guy. Yeah. Yeah, I died to it as well. Dude.
Okay, listen. I don't know how much, like... You gotta wake up. We're the second round into the game, into the VOD review, and you're literally walking on top of your dead teammate's body that just died in front of you. Like just I don't need to say any more, but bro, you gotta wake up.
Dude, he was from heaven, bro. He was from heaven, all the way down. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They're looking for.
You don't know what you're supposed to do? I'll tell you what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to die to him. What? 3 of you guys died to the same thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was gonna lose it if you died to another spawn peak.
Okay, well, in a couple seconds I can. Not right now. That's Rook, I believe? Okay, please. Vigil's in cocktail right now, piano.
Ticket.
Vigil just went down red, he's 1 HP. Red at 1 HP.
He opened it up.
Yeah, he opened it up. Okay,
alright bro, listen. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Your teammates are literally calling things out and you're not responding to it. Like, your teammates called ticket, okay? That's fine. You think the wall's closed, that's fine, okay? I don't have to say anymore. I really don't. I'm speechless. This is one of the few times I'm actually speechless from VOD reviews. I don't get it, man.
We're good. Let's just not 6-pack. Like,
yeah, we don't need a
actually, that might be a viable strategy.
We don't need a 6. I'm gonna bring.
Actually, that might be a viable strategy.
No, we haven't eaten.
Oh my god.
Unless I'm wrong, but I might be. But we still have vert. We still can get vert. Okay, no, they're upstairs. I'm right. I'm right. Can we get it? Can we get a?
All right, listen, homie. You're making a lot of basic mistakes, so I'm gonna give you the first major piece of advice throughout this VOD review. I've already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. You gotta wake the fuck up. All right, I'm just gonna say it like that. I'm gonna be blunt. You've driven your drone, your drone into the building 3 times. 2 out of the 3 times it's gotten shot, and the only time that it didn't get shot, it was in a not so great location. I mean, you left it in freezer. And that might be okay, but I've said it a lot throughout my VOD reviews, and this is like a lot of players and a lot of VODs that I get, there's just the same mistakes over and over and over through different players. And one of the mistakes is if you're driving, there's no reason for you to drive your drone into the building if there's no purpose for it to be driven. Like, if you don't have a location to pre-place your drone, don't take it into the building. Simple as that. Let your idiot teammates, your randoms, you know, whoever you're playing with, let them drive their drone into the building. You can spectate it. You can get all the info that they're getting. It's as simple as that.
Oh, you're Maverick. Okay. Fuck, they destroyed my drone. I don't know if it's clear to drop. I don't know if it's good.
Ah, the Oryx is in cigar. Good job. There's one more cigar. There's one more cigar.
I'm not sure if you don't really understand callouts or know what to call, but a lot of your calls have been missed calls, and if someone trusts your info, and they try to react off of the call that you're making, it's gonna lead to them getting killed. You called a Cav in mining when she was in pillar earlier in the round, and then you also just called an Oryx in cigar, so those are completely off. So you gotta be a lot more specific with your calls, because your information that you're seeing, the only way it's ever truly valuable is either if a teammate is seeing the same thing you're seeing, or if you're relaying the information properly. And neither of those things are happening, which is going to lead to misinformation, and it's going to lead to teammates trusting you eventually and then dying because you gave a false call and they trusted the false call. So you need to be a lot more specific with your calls and make sure that you're giving the proper locations and the proper amount of info with the calls themselves. I have a call out video, a call out tip video. It's somewhat old on my channel, but you know, it's there if you guys are interested in it. I break, you know, a lot of great stuff down, a lot of basic stuff that people just don't understand about calls or just don't do. So if you guys are interested in that, it's on my channel. Go check it out. But yeah, you gotta be a lot more specific with your calls there. Also, I want to talk about your death with the Oryx. So when you were taking the gunfight with the Oryx, you had, I wouldn't say horrible pre-aim, like it was decent, but you definitely weren't aiming for the head. And this is something that a lot of my console players and viewers need to learn, and just in general console players, is get proper pre-aim, especially for all the people who always complain about mouse and keyboard and all that. If you guys want to kill those players and, you know, rank up, improve, win more gunfights, a lot of console people don't understand the true value of having proper pre-aim, and they never reinforce it upon themselves. So if you guys want to win more gunfights, you know, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, having proper pre-aim will take you a long way. So make sure you learn how to aim for the head, because you need to abuse the fact and the mechanic of a one bullet headshot in this game. And a lot of console players don't, and it leads to unknown variables in gunfights where it throws the percentage of them winning the gunfight versus the enemy out the window, because, you know, they're not aiming for the head. So make sure you guys start doing that.
Come to site, maybe?
Going for hatch. Okay, if we get this
soft.
last player, if we get
It's
this last
open.
player. Alright, so one-on-one on site. Good job, let's go.
Alright, listen, homie. Your teammates called out that the kitchen hatch was soft, like, way earlier in the round, and you also have a sledge and an Ash upstairs with you, so... I mean, this you also just saw the Ash leave from dining. Like, I'm pretty sure you saw her leave out of dining, so... You know the hatch is... Okay, she goes into dining. But either way, she did vert in there.
Okay, if we get this last
because
player,
of the audio of the breaching charge, and she's the only person with a breaching charge. You know what's going on. You just gotta wake up a little bit. And I'm not trying to, you know, be a dick or anything, but you're making a lot of simple stuff that is just common sense. Like, if you just open your eyes and ears just a little bit more, you'll get way more info out of the round and understand a lot more than just kind of... You're so casual about the way you go about things. You need to grip your ability to pay attention more and do it. Just pay more attention. I mean, it's not that hard. You just gotta wake up a little bit and understand what's going on.
Okay, be careful. We don't need wall denial. That's what I'm saying. If there's no key, there's no point for a wall denial. That's what I'm trying to say.
What? What is happening? What are these settings? Why are you guys switching on round 6?
Yeah.
On round 5?
Oh my god, dining.
Ash is pushing prep.
Dude, holy shit.
That's Finka, that's Finka.
Alright, so I'm gonna stop the VOD here. There's a couple reasons. One, I'm seeing a lot of the same things over and over and over and over and over. So I'm not gonna, you know, sound like a broken record. Also, my mental health, can't take it anymore. I've seen some things that I want to unsee from this VOD review, to say the least. But yeah. So I'm only going to give you 2 pieces of major advice. One, wake up, listen to calls, understand what's going on, because you're just so relaxed and you're getting punished for it. The next thing is that you got to work on calls. Like I would say out of all the calls that I heard, probably 80 to 90% of them were all missed calls. They were not accurate at all. If you get a teammate killed, that death is on you. That is your responsibility for your teammate dying. Another thing I want to talk about is what you are trying to focus on out of this VOD review. So you say you struggle with angles and need help swinging and knowing when and where I should pre-fire. I want to get better at winning gunfights. Everything that I just read is all about gunfights. This is all of this is just about winning 1v1s. You need to take a step back and just even understand what's happening in the round, because you are not going to get better at gunfights if you don't understand what is happening. To put it bluntly, you're lost during rounds. To put it bluntly. And you say, here, go hard on me, I want to get better. I'm going hard on you, and I'm telling you what you need to hear. You gotta wake up. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish you the best. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, you're submitting the VOD for a reason, so I hope I helped out. You know, with all of that being said, I want to mention one more time that half of you watching right now are not subscribed, so make sure you guys hit that sub button if you guys have not already. I want to mention that there's a link to my coaching down below in the description. Whether you're looking for a VOD review like this one here, but much more in depth, or a coaching session, everything you need to know will be found on my Patreon page that is linked below in the description. There's also a link to my second channel, so if you guys already enjoy my content or want to see more, and I do post my coaching sessions there on my second channel, so if you guys want a little bit more of an in-depth look into what the sessions look like between coaching and VOD reviews, you can find that stuff there. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Shock has the IQ of a fucking antelope, chat.
Dude, antelopes are cool though. That's like that one animal, right? That like walks around.
Okay, let me rephrase. Shock has the IQ of a fucking mollusk.
That's that one that's like underground. It goes like. Right?
That's. How are you that dumb?
I'm sorry, but the fact that you said an antelope is that one animal that walks around.
He thinks a mollusk is underground. He thinks a mollusk is underground.